Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's understand what useEffect hook is in React. Whenever we need to synchronize our component from any external event in React, we get to use useEffect hook. To give you an example, if a user's network has gone down, so how do we identify whether the user is available online or not? We can leverage the navigator status and display the user's status as online and offline. Or if we are building a chat application and we want to connect to the chat room or the server, so we can use the useEffect hook to connect to our server URL and send the respective messages. Let us understand how the useEffect syntax looks like, and we can carry forward later into the demo explaining how it works in the components folder of useEffect. So let's just start by introducing a basic div. Since we already have Tailwind CSS installed, so we can leverage that. Let's set the padding to this div class. Okay, let's call it as useEffect examples. Save it and let's run our server. Pm run dev. Okay, if I just refresh this, so my Chrome has loaded the H1 tag. Now let's understand how we actually use useEffect. So useEffect syntax looks like this. So this takes an argument that's a callback function and a dependency array. In this callback function, we can define any operations that we need to do, and the dependency array is for like when this effect should come into place. Let's get into the demo phase of this video. So let's have a state variable called as time, and the other, and this, let's initialize this to, let's import it and initialize it to 80. So for now, let's just go and display this time. So since we initialized it with 80, so it's showing me the 80 as the timestamp, as the value. If I have, let's say, time as the dependency to this, and if I want to, let's say, decrement this count time every second, so we can use set interval, right? So let's do a timer that is basically a set interval. Set interval also takes in a callback function, and this calls set time and decrements the value by 1. So, and I want this to take place after every second. Now the other part of the syntax of useEffect is that we can return a function that gets called before this component is re-rendered. So just to show you, so for in this scenario, we will be clearing out the interval, clear interval, and we need to pass in what we need to clear, which timer, which set interval. And let's say if I just run this, and refresh this page, so you see this started to decrement every second. So if you haven't yet figured out, this is a simple example of how you can set up a timer in your applications. You would have seen timers in your online test or proctored examinations. This is how it can be implemented using React. And simple, just use effect and use state variables in a component. Now display our timer value in minutes and seconds, the way you would be seeing in any online application. To display it in more user-friendly way, let's display this as minutes and seconds. So for minutes, let's do a small mathematical change and call mat.floor, which would give me the integral part for the time when divided by 60. So dividing by 60, it gives me the minutes, and for seconds I just need to take the remainder when divided by 60. By doing this, the timer starts to get displayed in minutes and seconds. So just to show a caveat here, so let me just change this to 3 seconds. So you see 3 seconds has gone to 0, and now it is being displayed as minus values, which is not the correct timer, because timers should get stopped at 0. So for this, if the time value is equals to 0, it should just return void. And if I just refresh this, and after 3 seconds of expiry, it will not go into the negative values. I hope this helps you to understand how we can use useEffect in our React applications and where it can be leveraged. Thank you.